So guys, we're having our J Rising Stars series. We have Jonathan Nieves and Olivier Millour joining us, both Junior Achievement Scholarship recipients in the past and both participated in J STEM Tech. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us today, and we're going to just highlight a bit of your career success so far as a J Rising Star. So thanks very much, guys.
Good to be here.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Awesome, guys. So basically, we just start off, if you want to tell our viewers, how did you get involved with JA to start off with? And Olivier, I'll go to you with this one first.
We were both freshmen at Wharton High School here in the Tampa Bay area. And, it was nearing the end of our freshman year, and we were beginning to be exposed to different kinds of summer programs. We were deciding what to do with our first summer out of high school. And, it's a while back now, but I remember hearing about the STEM Tech program from Junior Achievement. And I went and visited, they had like an informational meeting where Marilyn Craig Richter and I think Don Brabson was there as well, to kind of give a presentation at the school auditorium about what STEM Tech was about. The idea was that it was this this program put in place to kind of give bright students in public schools the opportunity to learn about science, technology, engineering, and math through various projects, all these team-based projects. And it was coming from this nonprofit Junior Achievement that I had never heard of before. But my mother, as soon as she heard that, she was a JA kid herself in Missouri, way back in the 70s.
Wow. That's brilliant. And kind of same question to you, Jonathan. How did you start with JA?
I went to Biztown in 5th grade. So I worked for Bright House when I was over at Pride Elementary. And it was a blast. It was so much fun. We prepared for it. We did interviews, and we essentially built little resumes and learned how to write checks, and got to go to the store and use our paychecks to buy different things, lunch and goodies and different things. And it was just a fun day where we got exposed to all the financial literacy content at an easy way for a 5th grader to digest. And then I really hit it off with Junior Achievement in that first summer program, freshman year, where Olivier and I met. And I couldn't say it any better than Olivier did. That was one of the most, memorable summers of my life. And I can honestly say without attending that, I don't know if I would have taken advantage of all the opportunities that I got after that. So that was a very influential summer. No,
great. And Jonathan, can you remember what job you had at Biztown? Were you the CEO, CFO, or?
Oh man, I was a TV anchor. So I got to put on like my little clip-on tie and remember my lines and go on TV on their CCTV there. So that was a blast.
Going back to you, Olivier, could you kind of go into a little bit about what the STEM Tech program provided, or what kind of experience did you have with STEM Tech?
Yeah, so it was this very comprehensive but also quite challenging, I'd say, curriculum provided to different centers. So the program took place during the summer, but it was all across Hillsborough County. As far as I understand, it took place in multiple counties across the state. And there was a group of about 50 kids, ranging, from freshmen to juniors, I believe, in high school. All came from relatively low income background, which I thought was an interesting, and definitely I'm very grateful for that, to provide opportunities for those that are finding themselves in situations where it might be more difficult to find opportunities that can help them in their future. I thought was wonderful. At first, I was kind of against the idea. I was like, oh, I don't need the help. But as soon as I got in there and saw what it was like, I couldn't have been more happy with that. But the projects themselves, the curriculum, to go into that, ranged from obviously more scientific and mathematical projects, such as building, a car, like a robotic car that we had to race. And not only building it in a physical form, but also utilizing a computer software where we could kind of tinker with the different weights and velocities and parts possible, and doing real hands-on physical experiments both on computer and in the real was just so cool, to see that tangibly. And then so there was that approach of projects, but then there was also the business side of things and the professional side of things, similar to BizTown, but on obviously a much grander scale. We delved into what it takes to conduct yourself properly in an interview, how to write a straightforward and good and compelling resume when you're searching for a job, and also a competitive project for learning how to build your own business and present it to a group of investors. And I can't stress enough just how eye-opening these things were for someone in our position, people in our positions as freshmen, just finished freshmen in high school. It's not something that, you typically find yourself exposed to at that age. And we were really given the liberty and the freedom to be creative and express ourselves in ways that you wouldn't normally get in a conventional classroom.
You absolutely hit it. You hit it on the head when you said that there was an opportunity for us to be in this environment where we were coached and mentored, but not only that, just like having that person tell us like, hey, you can go get it. You can make it. You have these characteristics, these innate, drive to go do these things. And as a 15-year-old, who, like Olivier alluded to, saying that, it's targeted towards individuals that weren't necessarily from high income, affluent areas, but had really outstanding metrics. And to have someone to tell you, you can go do this, and we're going to give you the resources, but ultimately we believe in you. That's something that resonated with me, with Olivier, with a lot of the students that summer. It was really powerful.
Well, that's fantastic to hear, and that opportunity is definitely something that Jay tries to portray to as many students as possible. So I'd kind of like to talk about the JA Day on the Hill event, which you guys got to experience. So Olivier, do you want to kind of delve into that a little bit more?
Yeah, so this was like a once in a lifetime opportunity. I still, when I think about this, I'm sure John feels the same way. It almost feels surreal. It was our senior year of high school, so we had, already grown so much since then. And I remember getting a call from Richard George, the president of Junior Achievement Tampa Bay, and he, calls me up out of the blue and says, "Hey, we're going to invite you and John to come out to Washington D.C. to our annual JA Day on the Hill event, which is a time for the leadership of junior achievement globally to meet with representatives of Congress to, negotiate funding and grants and exposure and things like that." And he invited us to go up there and share our story to all the leadership of JA, and to represent over, at the time, 4 million or so JA students all around the world, and to kind of be the voice from the student perspective of things. And it was amazing. I think John should come in from here and kind of talk about his side of things, because I ran on about it forever. But that's kind of the build-up. I'm laying it up. I want you to alley-oop it.
Yeah. So here, I'll take it. I'll slam it, down, hopefully. But try to picture this, right? You're going into your senior year, like Olivier was saying. Your career, call it, has just kicked off like you wouldn't even believe, and now you have this organization that comes up to you and says, "Hey, we believe in you so much, and we're so happy with how everything you're doing in our community, that we want you to go take this to a national scale, and we want you to represent junior achievement in front of Congress." And I remember being up there, and it wasn't just reading a script. It was something that I felt, wow, I'm having an impact, and I'm going to be able to come home to my community and say, we're having a positive impact in the nation, and there's going to be so many other kids just like us that are going to be influenced and given more opportunity. And that was something that was so powerful. I don't know if I can put words to it. It was really something.
Kind of going back to what kind of benefits the JA, and you guys have alluded to a lot already, but in general, what do you think the benefits? I know, Jonathan, with going to JA BizTown at 5th grade, you may have more advice on this, so I'll come to you first. But participating with JA, what benefits do students get, like yourself?
Oh man, like how much time do I have? You know, no, but I guess one of the places that I'd like to start is really like just the fundamentals, like not just like the opportunity and the little bit of cash that we got that first summer and the opportunity to get an internship and a job and all of that, but really just like those fundamentals that were ingrained in all of the content and the message that that junior achievement had across the board. Entrepreneurship, financial literacy. I mean, those things really were so powerful and working subliminally in how we ended up pursuing our careers after. And especially on the entrepreneurship side, I mean, understanding that entrepreneurship wasn't just, oh, I'm going to go start a company, which is really amazing if you do get to that level, but it was also a school of thought and applying entrepreneurship in all of the things that you do and finding innovative and new ways to go about doing things. I think that spirit, JA ingrained in us. And that was one of those skills that I don't know if I can put a price tag to, honestly. It was really impactful.
Not only did these programs and our experience in JA provide us with real life experiences that can be perfectly applicable to our adult life and our career life. But it also just kind of helped us actualize our potential at a very young age. The level of trust and autonomy that was given to us in saying, yeah, you're young, you're inexperienced, but here's how, here's what we see in you and how we see you being able to flourish in some domain. Take that and run with it. We want you to just go the way you want to do it. There's the biggest thing I learned from this definitely is that there's no one way of succeeding. There's no formula to success. There's no, if you don't want the life of just going to college and getting a job and getting married and going in the suburbs, and you don't have to you can do anything you want. You can succeed in any way you want. I think this should be like a mandatory class for every high school freshman. Should be, public speaking or just interacting with one another in a tactful and respectful way, and being able to express your ideas and talk about what drives you, motivates you with others that are like-minded. I mean, that's huge for creating opportunity and for moving forward with your career. And ever since JA, I mean, every single job or accomplishment I've had, I can attribute to that mentality of, okay, I'm not going to go the basic approach with this. I'm going to find some way to get it the way I want to do it. I'm going to reach out to this person that I don't even know, but I can reach out to them because I've developed that self-confidence to present myself to them. And like John said, you can't put a price tag on that. I can't think of another way in which those skills would have been developed in me at such a crucial age.
Yeah. I'd like to kind of segue into, obviously you guys have gone through JA, you've been scholarship recipients, both of you gone and graduated from college as well. So, Jonathan, I'd like to go and talk about, what have you done since being with Junior Achievement and what are you currently doing now? And, what do you want to do and try and accomplish in the future?
That's an awesome question. So going real quick back into college and talking about the scholarships. So like getting the opportunity to meet, Les and Pam Muma and them saying, hey, thank you for everything you do. We want you to go into the world and go be successful. And here's a big stack of money that tells us how much we believe in you and go do this. And the computer that I bought with that scholarship is actually the one I'm even using today in my home for my business for work. So it's like that's tangible things that celebrates that idea. But then so I went to school, did mechanical engineering, did music studies, had a blast, was the JA liaison on campus for USF. So I got the opportunity to train my peers at USF and spread the message of junior achievement, and then go to local schools and teach kids from preschool all the way up to 8th grade, and then with the high school program. So getting that exposure was really fantastic. And then so I've been at DPR Construction since I graduated, interned with them my last year. Been there for about 2 years. Absolutely love it. I've been applying a lot of the things that I've learned through JA at work. Some of my stretch roles more so is in learning and development. And I have such a passion for developing and communicating with all the wonderful guys and gals in the industry and learning how to be better and do better in the construction industry. And actually this month I put in my application for my general contractor's license, and I put in my application for my LLC name. So I'm starting my own company this year. So hopefully it's going to launch in the next couple of months. And I would have never been able to do that had I not gotten all those experiences with Junior Achievement. So it's something that I'm super excited to share and say, like, I'm actually going and doing it. And that's all because of Junior Achievement. So I'm super grateful.
We wish you the best with that, Jonathan, and congrats. That's definitely awesome. And we can't wait to see where you go in the future. And, you're always welcome. Come back to JA, volunteer, and join back in as well. So, no, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And, just to segue exactly with what John said, I also, too, received a Junior Achievement scholarship, the Francis Invest Traveler Scholarship. And it was a huge stress reliever for me at the time as well, because I was got accepted to Florida State University, and I knew that the move was going to be expensive, that the getting the materials like computer and backpack and all that stuff was going to be costly. So I too bought my computer with the money I received from that, and I'm very grateful for that. So I got 2 degrees in international relations and political science. I'd always been interested in international relations and history and politics and things like that. Definitely going to the JA Day on the Hill and being, face to face with Washington D.C. and its beautiful monuments, and kind of getting an inside view of, being in the Senate building, in the chamber, and introducing a senator. I mean, it was like such an eye-opening experience. Okay, this is the kind of career that I want. I then graduated from Florida State University. I found an opportunity to go back to France, which is where I was originally born, across the pond, like you, my good friend. And I got this opportunity that I learned from a French class to go over and teach teach English, I should say, teach English to French students through the public education system over there in France. This was my dad's friend. I didn't even ask my dad to reach out to him. I just reached out to him, but he actually lives in Brussels, and he was part of the European Council, pretty high up in the European Council, and he gave me a hands-on tour of, the European Union's center and everything, and that was really eye-opening and all that. So being over there really kind of instilled this desire for me to have some sort of international relations career. I spent a lot of time over there talking about the differences between French culture and American culture. I brought up Junior Achievement like a dozen times, knowing that they don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but I made sure to flaunt it over there too. And since I've been back, I've been working hard to try to work for the State Department as a Foreign Service Officer, which is our diplomatic corps here in the States. I'm actually taking the entrance exam on Friday of this week, so hopefully I get in on that. I don't think I would have ever seen that potential in me without Junior Achievement. Maybe so later in my career, but the fact that I was able to have access to those tools and that knowledge at 16 years old was just, like a godsend. It was just completely irreplaceable. I couldn't imagine anything else.
Awesome, Olivier. Well, we really appreciate you even taking the time on a Monday evening when you've got an exam on Friday. So
that's all right, man. It's all good. It's a welcome distraction.
Welcome distraction. I love it. Good luck with that. And so before, I guess, we close this out, guys, I just kind of want to pose to both of you, if you've got any, closing statements that you want to make, or if you've got any advice for students that may be, participating in JA or worried about, going and getting involved in JA in any scope or imagination. So, Jonathan, you got any advice maybe for people out there?
Yeah, I guess my humble opinion and 2 cents on getting involved with Junior Achievement is, if there is a chapter in your area, or there is an opportunity to get involved, whether you're in high school, whether you're in college, whether you're a professional and you're looking for ways to give back to the community, I can't imagine a organization that is more passionate and so more committed to their local community and engaging the youth, and truly believing in them like JA is. It's not just, giving out, nice things. It's giving people the skills to go out and succeed. And that's so powerful. And like we said a bunch of times, we can't put a price tag to that. So if there's any way that you can support JA or be part of JA, it's an organization that honestly, I've not seen anything like it.
You're either someone who is a part of JA, and if you are, I want to thank you so much for, all your contributions and what you do. Even in these difficult times, it's really inspiring that we can find ways to reach out and to give back, with things like virtual meetings and fundraisers and things like that. So thank you to everyone out there who is a part of JA already. And if you're the other type of audience member, I'm sure, who's a young person, I'm kind of curious about what JA is, my 2 cents expertise is just do it. If you see that green triangle somewhere around your town and you see some poster about JA and you're like, just do it. Just call the number, trying to meet someone, because it's not like Jonathan said, it's not a handout. It's not, oh, hey, you're doing great, take this, see ya. It's really, oh, you're someone who wants to be exceptional. You're someone who wants to think outside the box and create your own path for your life and be the arbiter of your own success. Okay, here's how you do it.
Well,
hey,
guys,
Jonny, I got one more thing, man. I'm sorry. I just have to say it. And Olivier hit on it too. If there's anyone within junior achievement who's ever considering, like, man, are we really having an impact? Is this really having the resounding effect that we wanted to? Just look at all the rising stars that you've already worked with. Look at Olivier. Look at myself. I don't know how else to show that what we do now is all in part of the opportunities we got from junior achievement. So it is having an impact, and keep doing what you're doing. It's so important.
Well, once again, guys, thanks very much for joining us on our Rising Stars. Really grateful for you taking your time tonight and kind of highlighting what we do with junior achievement and the impact that it's going to make to obviously yourselves and thousands of kids, not just in Tampa, but around the country and around the world as well. So we'll leave it at that, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll speak to you guys very soon.
All right, Jonny, take care.
Take care, guys. Thanks very much.